freeze.
Who are some of the like funk bands outside of go-go that maybe you toured with on a bill, like in the early days?
Yeah, we toured with we did some shows with Cameo. We did some shows with SOS. We did some shows with Confunction. We toured with oh man, what's that? What's the name of that group? Cruise? Chocolate Milk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chocolate Milk. We did shows with Sugar Hill, Grandmaster Flash, and shows with Johnny Gill. I mean, these things up and coming artists, but man, we did we played with what is his name? Chito Fuentes or something.
I couldn't hear what you're saying there.
Quentin, this famous Latin guy. We played with him in France. What is his name? Chito Puente or something like that.
Tito Puentes?
Yeah. I think that's his name. Yeah. Bad dude. I mean, I think his whole family playing the band or something. You know.
Yeah. Did you have fun overseas?
Yes, man. Lots of fun. And if I had to, back then, if I had to say my two favorite places to perform, well, actually it was three. Japan, Amsterdam, and London. You know, those, like, out of all the places we performed, and we performed a lot of places over there. You know, we did Germany, all parts of Germany, Netherlands. We did Spain. You know, man, places that I can't even remember. We was all over the globe over there. But the places that stuck out in my mind the most was, again, Japan, Amsterdam, and London, in that order. I'll never forget Amsterdam because back then I smoked weed, but I wasn't a big weed smoker. And some of the guys in the band were like real pros. And because it was legal, I just thought it was, you know, be cool to just, you know, test my boundaries. And that was a bad mistake. we caught the train down for the hotel. There, I might have taken a cab back to the hotel. Cost me something like $65 in American money, because I was just too high. I was too high, and I was like, stay away from the space cookies. It takes a while for them to get in your system, but it takes that much longer for them to get out. I don't think I've ever been that high in my life, man. I don't get high anymore, for the record, but you know, yeah, it was fun while it lasted. And a couple of the guys in the band did not get high, but when we performed that night, they was high from contact. Mm-hmm. Like James Avery and my cousin Dyke, Robert Reed, they didn't do anything. But when we let that, and it's crazy because, I mean, when we was performing, all of a sudden, it started feeling like we was playing in slow motion. And that you couldn't. It was like the whole place. It was a fog machine. Right? It was so smoke. It was hard to see the people. It was so much smoke in that building. It was like you couldn't even hardly see the people, man. It was crazy. But that was like one of our best recordings.
That reminds me of the first concert I ever went to in my life was with my sister, and it was the Eagles in like 1971, Santa Monica Civic in California, and it was just a cloud of smoke in that place. And I got a contact buzz at 11 years old from going to
that. Oh my goodness! Well, did you eat up everything you saw? Because that's what happened with Dak and James. James is a very picky eater, and you know they have the little trays in the back, little complimentary, you know, little trays with the lunch meat and the, you know, the little lettuce and tomatoes and stuff. Man, that dude went back there like, I'm hungry. He tore that tray up, man. Eat the bananas, the fruit. But that was kind of funny, man, because, you know, these cats did not get high, and they looked like their eyes was like fire red from the smoke. Yeah, so that was an experience right there.
Do you remember roughly what year that might have been, like mid-'80s or?
That was around the mid-'80s, yes. That was like around 70. I'm sorry, around 86, 87.
Yeah, so and you mentioned Island Records. You guys were with Island Records at that time.
No, actually, we was with Island Records like around 82, 83. Yeah, that was around 82, 83. 86, we was, I'm sorry, you're right. No, that was that, I'm thinking Sugar Hill. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sugar Hill. My bad. Yeah, we was, because Island Records actually gave us tour support.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave us tour support.
So I definitely want to ask you, BigTony, about working with Bootsy.
Bootsy, my man. Don't get me wrong. Bootsy is my man. 100 grand. Love him to death, man. You know. But Bootsy Funk is Bootsy Funk, and Bootsy Funk and Trouble Funk is two totally different funks. I did not like the idea. I didn't like the idea of Island Records picking Bootsy to produce the album, and actually that caused a lot of friction between the members in the band, and for a quick minute we wound up breaking up. Well, actually, I wound up leaving the band because, you know, I got this thing about selling out. Before I sell out, I get the hell out, you know. And I just didn't think it was right to try to sign the band for something that we do, you know what I'm saying? And then you find out you can't market what we do, then you want to change what we do and still call it what we do. That didn't fly good with me. So again, Bootsy Funk is Bootsy's Funk, and it just didn't have anything. See, as a producer and a songwriter, a lot of people get their jobs confused. You know, a lot of producers get their job. You know, your job is not to make someone sound like you; it's to take and enhance what they already have. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To take your experience. You know, if you hire me to produce your song, unless you want my influence on it, unless you want something, you know, there, then yeah, my job is to try to influence, you know, to try to, you know, give you the best of what you already have. You know what I'm saying? And I just think the first mistake was they tried. Everybody identified with my voice. And I wasn't putting my voice on that because my voice just didn't match that music. You know what I'm saying? There were a couple of tunes that was produced by Bootsy Now, there was one tune that I actually liked, and I rearranged it so we can play it live, and that was called Trouble Over Here.
Mhm.
I rearranged it. I was like, if we're gonna play this song, then we gotta I gotta rearrange it.
That was a title
And
title track.
yeah. So when I played the song live, we slowed it down and I rearranged the percussion in there. Actually, it didn't really have any go-go percussion in there. So I rearranged the percussion, made it funkier, and the music sounded. I used to somebody walking in the studio and just pushing a button, hooking up some stuff from a computer and pushing a button, and yeah, it's like that's not trouble bump, that's a computer. You know, I got this little thing, man, that I used to say, it's a bummer if the drummer has to be plugged in before the party begins. It's a sin. Yeah, come on, man, you can't plug in the drummer.
There's a lot of that in the 80s.
Uh,
There was a lot of that in the 1980s.
Not with Trouble Funk.
Yeah.
Not with Trouble. And don't get me wrong, I think that stuff has its place, and even more so now. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I'm a firm believer in that. You know, if you can make it believable, then I ain't got no problem with it. You know, if you can make it feel real, then it's real. But it's all about feel. Mm-hmm. Feel is what sells. I don't care. You can have the most perfect record in the world and not sell one of them. If it don't feel right, people, that's what people buy. They buy what feels good. You know? Yeah, it may sound good, but it's got to feel good. People ain't buying them that just sound good.
It's interesting that they chose Bootsy for you, though, because he was sort of, his career wasn't really happening much at that point. He stopped doing. He was kind of out of it for a little bit.
Right. You know what? I think we could have got more accomplished. I think we could have got more accomplished with George.
Hmm.
I think we could have got more accomplished because Bootsy was, I love Bootsy, but that wasn't, Bootsy was a product of the P-Funk. You know what I'm saying? I like going straight to the source. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Bootsy was a product of the P-Funk. You know, it's like, I just feel like George Clinton, I think we would have got more done with him because he's just naturally funky. He's just naturally funky, man, and he's free. You know what I'm saying? He's real free.
He's
you know
totally
what I'm saying?
free, yeah.
I just know that he would have put that stank on that thing.
Have you ever heard the go-go beat version they did through Funkadelic of Sunshine of Your Love?
I probably heard it, but not by name. I don't know by name.
Well, it's a remake of the Cream song, Sunshine of Your Love.
The remake of what now?
The Cream song, Sunshine of Your Love. Remember that old song? I'm going to send you a link to that if you haven't heard it.
Please do.
Yeah.
But here's something crazy. This is crazy, man. Here it is, damn near what? More than 20 years later, Bootsy comes out with a go-go song. It's like, dude, why couldn't you do that back then?
Which song?
I don't know. I'm going to find it and I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
But it's funky, though. It is funky. Yes. I don't know how well it did, but if you would have did that back then with Trouble, that was like an actual combination of Bootsy Funk and go-go funk. I would have put my voice on that with them. And that jump would have been a monster. This tune right here that I'm talking about, I'm going to send it to you. This tune right here, if Bootsy would have had my voice on there with him, Yeah, that could have got something started.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So you kind of took a break from the band at that point?
Yeah, well, what happened was I seen the album not going in the direction that it needed to go in as far as what Trouble Funk, actually do. And if you listen to the album, I'm glad a lot of people didn't get it. It was like one of the worst productions, and they spent so much money. It was so, you could have gave me like a fraction of that money, and I would have did an album so much better. I mean, they put some money in this album, man, and it was some bull crap. I had wrote 2 tunes on there, and they even tried to water those tunes down. I wrote a tune called Hey T-Bone on there, and I wrote a tune called Sexy. And at a certain point, man, they took and watered that down. I was like, I brought in the drum machine because I had created that beat, but I wanted to play drums because I play drums and percussion too. I played all the percussions in Pump Me Up, just for the record. So I brought my drum machine in, and I laid it because I wanted it on the grid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want any fluctuation in it, in case I wanted to move stuff around. So I laid, I thought it would be easier instead of laying it to a click track, just lay the drum pattern from my drum machine, and then come in there and play with it so I can get that natural feel. Now, I play drums and still smoking. I play drums and still smoking. So before I can even get to that point, they had, after I laid my vocals, they had took it and they didn't call me back in the studio. Well, actually, by this point, I didn't agree with everything. So they just didn't call me. But what happened was, there was 2 Trouble Funks running around for a minute.
One and what?
There was 2 Trouble Funks around this time.
Oh, one with and one without you.
Yeah, one with and one without me. Yeah. So Dyke, James, Taylor, they didn't have a problem with what the label was doing because the label had sold them all this hype about how big Trouble Funk was going to be, and I was like, we had a meeting with what's his name, the owner of Island Records. What is his name? What's the guy's name? Oh man.
I would know it if I heard it, but I can't think of it.
Yeah. Anyway, we met with him in New York at this restaurant called Gallagher's. And what the hell is his name? Yeah, it's right on tip of my tongue. But anyway, and he was talking about how he's gonna do this and do that, and how he's gonna make everybody rich, and it's like, man, I'm from the projects. I mean, you can't sell me a bunch of hype. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I believe it when I see it. And you should have seen the jaws drop at that table. Chris Blackwell.
Yes.
Chris Blackwell. Yes. And he even looked at me like, hey, it is what it is. Max Kidd, man, you can't talk to no Chris Blackwell. Like, man, look, I'm a man. You're a man just like me. Now I'm saying what I feel. So I guess at that time, Chris knew that I probably was going to be the one that caused the problems or whatever. But it wasn't I was trying to cause any problems. I just, what I'm saying, I just don't believe in a whole bunch of hype. You can't sell me no dreams because it's my thing. You can't give me nothing that I can't get myself. All you gotta do is just open up the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm like James Brown, man. Yeah. Open up the door. I gotta do the rest. Don't tell me what you're gonna do for me. Only thing you can do for me is open up give me the opportunity. You know, give me the opportunity to do one or two things, succeed or fail. And if you give me that opportunity, I will not fail, because failure is not an option.
What wasn't it also right? It was right around that time when they were doing that Go-Go movie too, right?
Oh, Good to Blow. They call it Good to Go, but I call it Good to Blow. Yeah, yeah. That was another movie, man. But he spent a lot of money. And don't get me wrong, man. I'm grateful. I think Chris Blackwell is a great guy overall. I think he's a great guy, but he tried to do with go-go what he did with reggae is like, nah, that you know, it don't work like that. It just don't work like that, man. You know, go-go, man, is just you gotta live it. You gotta live it to understand it. You can't learn it. You can't write it. You gotta live it. You gotta feel it. You know what I'm saying? You can take a guy that has no idea what go-go is and give him a go-go beat, and he could play it exactly the way you tell him to play it, but it ain't gonna feel the same. You know what I'm saying? That's like me giving you my ingredients, to my collard greens. I give you all the ingredients. It ain't gonna turn out right. It still ain't gonna turn out right.
It's not gonna be. It needs authenticity.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta live it. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, man, where you just gotta know what to apply. And the only way you can do that is to live that experience. You gotta experience it.
Do you think that's why? I mean, I remember when they were talking about it and kind of hyping up that it was going to be the next big thing after hip hop. You know,
it was supposed to be the next big thing. As a matter of fact, if it was done right, it would have been the first big thing in hip hop. But the thing that go-go was lacking, the main thing that go-go was lacking back then was good business representation. That's the first thing. The second thing that we're lacking right now to this day is originality. We don't have enough of it. You know what I'm saying? We got, right now, I mean, this is go-go it's like go-go is like really, really big right now. It's official. We just, it's been signed. You know what I'm saying? The mayor just signed passed the bill that go-go is the official music of Washington, D.C. It's like New Orleans and all the other places. That's
finally
big, man. So people is looking at us right now. People is looking. So what do? You lead by example. You know what I'm saying? You lead by example. This is why it's important, man, that Trouble Funk, that we come out with a blueprint that's undeniable with this album. And trust me, it will be undeniable. You know what I'm saying? People that counted us out a long time ago. Man, them the old heads, man. They, the old heads, they had their time, blah, blah. That's what the youngins say. Now, these are the guys that we call Beltway superstars. Ain't been outside of D.C., you know what I'm saying? Tripping off of playing other people's music. You know what I'm saying? I mean, much respect to all of the guys that's trying. Even if you're not getting it right, I want to commend all of the go-go musicians that's trying. You know what I'm saying? But don't come to me if you ain't got no gold or platinum on your wall, if you ain't been around the world, if you ain't toured outside of D.C., don't come to me acting like you some damn superstar. That's the least thing I want to hear right now. You know what I'm saying? Anything, man, let me show you. Let me give you some experience. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to take what you have and show you how to make this work to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think we come together to bring this thing together if we're going to be on the map, because the world is watching us right now. You know, the world is watching us right now, and I think we're in the best position that we've ever been in the history of go-go. I mean, the official music of Washington D.C.
Very cool.
We
About
try
time.
to downplay each other so much, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like instead of pulling each other up, that's the difference between go-go and rap. These cats can beat on the microphone, but when it comes to business, they pull together and get that business done. If go-go was created in New York, go-go would be where hip-hop is. Just because of the structure of things. You know what I'm saying? I honestly believe that.
Were you surprised when EU hit as big as they did back in the late 80s with Debut?
No, I wasn't surprised because EU didn't write the button. You know?
Oh, that's right.
Marcus
Yeah.
Miller, but,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. So I was happy for EU that they was able to cash in, you know, on that. And it took them a long way, and it's still taking them, you know, places. But the thing is that while EU is getting that show money, which is a good thing, Marcus Miller is getting all that writer's check. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When the show slow up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's good to know that you still got them royalty checks coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy, you know, that we at least, you know, we still got, they ain't as big as they used to be, but at least we still got a little ASCAP publishing checks coming in, you know, from Drop the Bomb, Pump Me Up, and Let's Get Small, and all the other songs that we did. So again, this is what made Trouble Funk different from all the other bands. You know, our original catalog, man, it's like, it's huge. You know, we have a very huge catalog, man, and you know, when we're still getting paid, and every now and then, you know, like with Trouble Funk is doing some stuff with Scott Van Pelt. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, the sports guy.
Yeah, we're doing some stuff with him because he's moving back to D.C. So he want go-go. Guess who he called? He want Trouble Funk to do some, you know, go-go stuff for his little, you know, theme music or whatever.
That's very cool.
Yeah, man. So they know who to call when they want to get it done for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Not taking nothing away from all the other acts. EU, man, they've been in this business for a long time. They stood the test of time, and they're still doing it big. Rare Essence, doing it big. Junkyard, so proud of you guys. And the group Backyard, I don't know how much you know about them, but man, they remind me so much of Trouble Funk when we were younger. These cats, man, not a joke. But they're like the new old school. You know what I'm saying? The new old school. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they can go either way. And Jump been around for a while, man. So they still a force to be reckoned with. Junkyard, JYB. You know,
Well,
Junkyard was the fifth group out of the big four. They was the fifth group that actually came in right to the end. So, you know, it actually was five. So we had this thing called the Kings of Go-Go, which is all of the lead guys, the Kings of Go-Go, which is Chuck Brown, Lil Benny, James Funk, Bugs from GYB, and myself and Sugar Bear. Did I say Sugar Bear? Yeah, Sugar Bear. Yeah, these are the original guys that's still doing it. Although some of the band members that came and went, we're considered the kings because we are the figureheads of the bands.
that's funny. You know, I didn't even know that, but I don't know if you noticed in my intro, I called you guys the Kings of Go-Go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, but that's why I came to you too. Like I had told you, you know, this show's had all manner of funk and jazz and R&B on, but you're when I wanted go-go, I went to the source.
Right. There you go. Yeah. So, and again, a lot of people don't even know this, but and it's been televised and everything, but for some reason they downplay it here at home. Like Trouble Funk is the first go-go band and the only go-go band to perform for the first black president of the United States at the Kennedy Center, you know.
What was that
And,
like?
oh man, it was magical. It was, oh man, it was like a dream come true, man. Actually, it was like beyond the dream come true because I could never imagine it, man. And I got to thank Dave Grohl for that, man, because Dave called me one day out of the clear blue, man, and say, "Hey, man, how would you like to do the Kennedy Center?" And I was like, "You kidding?" He's like, "Fuck no." I was like, "Hell yeah, I do it," you know. So it's what's really cool about it is, and I'm gonna send you that link because you may be able to, you may I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I'm gonna send you the link so you can check it out. I got a partner that took it and edited it for promotional purposes. So you know, so it was actually me and it wasn't the whole group, but it was me and the main members, my drummer, my percussionist, my keyboard player, and myself. And we played behind the Rick Myers band backed us up, you know, with the horns and all that stuff, you know. So we did the rehearsals, and the crazy thing is that what we did, we took a Jimi Hendrix song, and Dave wanted me to take the Jimi Hendrix song and maybe turn it into go-go style, rearrange it go-go style. And it's called Crossroad Traffic?
Crosstown Traffic.
Yeah, Crosstown Traffic. And you'll hear it in the link. So we actually took that and played it go-go style. And there was a breakdown in the song where they, you know, let me do my thing, you know, with the percussion and everything. So that was real cool, man. But we was among so many stars, man. You had Oprah there, Patti LaBelle, Donnie McClurkin, Stevie Wonder, Will Smith. It was just star-studded, man.
Wow.
Yeah. What's the guy's name? Samuel L. Jackson.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. It's just so many people, man. Mary J. Blige. Common. You had what you call it, Tuskegee Airmen was there, the ones that were still living, and they honored them. This was a show for the opening of the National African Museum.
The Smithsonian one, or
no, the new one, the African
Museum, I think.
Yeah, the African American
History Museum.
History Museum.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you know, like I said, Oprah was pretty much hosting the show, so you get a good idea of who was there. Oh yeah, Neo. Oh man, what's his name? Usher. You know, yeah, there was just so many stars there, man. And
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
it was
amazing.
a great feeling, man, just to be acknowledged as one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that just let me know that, hey, we did something right. You know? Yeah.
You know,
Proud moment.
yeah,
Proud moment.
I'm sure. Congratulations on that, Big Tony.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching that recent Tiny Desk show that you guys did.
Oh yeah.
Man,
yeah.
you guys were packed in that little space, but
Yeah,
you
man.
you rocked it, man.
Yeah, somehow we still managed to get that energy, you know? It was tight. It was really, really tight. But like I said again, man, you know, like I said, Scott, man, we worked very hard to make this shit look easy. You know? we worked very hard to make it look easy, man. That was a challenge because you couldn't play as loud, and so a lot of times most groups, if they can't play loud, they can't feel it. So what I did, I rehearsed my band for a couple of months to learn how to play, you know, with dynamic control. So we had time to adapt to make it still feel good.
Mm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Feels real good.
And the biggest challenge was trying to fit all those songs, trying to create the right medley of songs to go in that little bit of time. So I felt really good. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. I felt really good about the medley that I put together for the band.
Yeah,
And,
it did a great job.
Yeah, it did a good job, and the numbers don't lie. The numbers speak for themselves. It's like we're way over 500,000 now of views, and it's crazy because Chuck did it long before we did. Ray Essence did it before we did it, and I think the last time I seen it, Chuck like had 100 and something thousand. Ray Essence had a little over 200 something thousand, and Chuck did his like 7 years ago. I think we're into this is our second, third year.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the second year, and we're over 500,000 views. So the numbers speak for itself, man. You know, it just ain't no funk like Trouble Funk. Simple as that.
Well,
Trouble Funk ain't gonna never stop. We're gonna keep on funking till we hit the top. We're gonna do it like we did when we did it before, and when we finish that, we're gonna do it some more. We're gonna funk you up.
hey, I'll sign that memo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was Chuck Brown like as just a person? Did you know him well?
Well, in the beginning, Chuck and I, we didn't really hit it off that well. I was a young guy, man. I really admired Chuck, but I think, Chuck felt like we were somewhat a threat to his music. And tell you a quick story. And we was at the Club The Burn rehearsing one day, and this is back then they had the payphones. So Chuck Brown called in to speak to Ted. And so I answered the payphone. Chuck said, "Who is this?" I said, "It's Tony." He said, "Take some of that damn bass out your voice, man." I said, "This is the way I talk, man. I always had a big voice, even back then, for a young guy." And he said, "Take some of that bass out you. You should be a football player or something. You don't need to be playing on music." I said, "No, I'm good." I'm good. But man, fast forward, man, Chuck and I, man, we became the best of friends, man. We became the best of friends, man, a few years after all that went down. And Chuck Brown used to tell me, say, "Man, I wish I could have got a hold of you back then because, he said, I knew you was raw and I could have taught you a lot, vocally. Because like I said, I ain't no singer, but I can sing. Chuck Brown is a singer. Chuck can sing. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Brown is probably the only old school go-go musician, that I would consider out of all of us a real singer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this dude do it all. He can sing jazz, blues, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I see him as a real singer, Now, don't get me wrong, I can hold my own, but I don't consider myself a singer, No, I don't consider myself a singer. See, I can sing, but Chuck Brown can sing.
Yeah. I get that.
Certain people, certain musicians, so-called singers, their voice is marketable. And then you have certain people that can just sing. Like, in my opinion, like Trey Songz. Trey Songz, his voice is marketable. I don't consider him a singer. Now, Chris Brown, I consider him a singer. Because Chris Brown can not only sing his stuff, he can take other people's stuff and sing it just as well. You know what I'm saying? When you can sing other people's stuff as well as you sing your own stuff, then yeah, I think you qualify as a singer. Luther Vandross, he's a singer. He'll take your shit and make it sound better than you.
Yeah.
When Luther sing your stuff, it ain't yours no more. And I used to call Chuck Brown. I said, Chuck, man, you the Luther Vandross of the go-go. Because when you take somebody else's shit, man, it's no longer theirs. We was in the car one day. I was in the car with my daughter and my son. And the original version of Moody Moo came on. And my son said, Daddy, that man singing Chuck Brown's song. I said, no, Chuck Brown singing that man's song. But Chuck, Chuck take the stuff, man, and he's great at that, man. He can take the stuff and make people forget all about that song existed.
That's a gift right there.
That. Yeah. He was really good at that.
What is your personal favorite Trouble Funk song?
Oh, man, that's a hard one. Well, I got to go with E-flat boogie.
I was going to guess that.
Yeah, I got to go with E-flat boogie. The reason why I say E-flat boogie is because it was just complete. It was a complete song, musically, vocally, it was just complete. It was so funky. As a matter of fact, that was Chuck's favorite song. Chuck loved that bass line. When Chuck came off tour, he played with us at the Howard Theater, the old Howard Theater, before they fixed it up. Mm-hmm. And he had the nerve to play E-flat boogie. Yeah, he had the nerve to play. Of course, it didn't sound like, but he loved that song that much. He loved that song that much, and the song was that hot. I guess he was like, okay, well, if y'all could play Bustin Loose, but we would never, out of respect for Chuck, I took it as like, I was flattered. I took it as a compliment, that Chuck Brown, the Godfather, is playing Trouble Funk E-flat boogie, But I would never play Bustin Loose on the same show with Chuck, I would never do that. But he had a new bass player by this time, and the bass player had a 5-string bass, and you can't get no funk out of that playing E-flat boogie. You gotta tune that E string down. There's something about the E string. Now you can play an E string on the closed B, but it ain't gonna feel the same. And this guy was from Baltimore, so he really didn't know anything about, about funk. Because what happened was, actually, Chuck Brown, the Soul Searchers, had kind of broken up, and he had gotten a whole other band, And you can't jail. He had great musicians up there, but they knew nothing about go-go. Yeah, at the time. So, needless to say, that was kind of like a disaster. And then on top of that, the ceiling had a leak in it. There was like a bubble. There was a bubble up above the stage, with a whole lot of water, and it was dripping. And when Chuck Brown started playing E-flat boogie, it bust, and the water came down on its head.
That should have happened on Bustin Loose.
Maybe it should have, but it happened. And I felt so bad, man, because it was like, that same thing happened to me, though, at a McDonald's. People can say, man, you need to move, man, because that thing right there look like no buzzing. I'm standing there looking all crazy and stuff, man. That joint just came down, man. People was like, fall! I was just too embarrassed, man.
Yeah, a lawsuit right there.
So I know what it felt like, at least I know what Chuck felt like. And Chuck didn't think that shit was funny, man, because a lot of people was laughing. And Chuck, man, what y'all laughing about? I could hurt myself. He was a little pissed off about it. But that's just a little memory I wanted to share. I could have kept up to myself, but he was playing E-flat boogie. That's why it came through yeah, so clear at the time when it happened. But yeah, man, Chuck and I, we became really, really, really close friends up until the day he died, man. As a matter of fact, Chuck had called me. I did his last show with him. I sat in with him and did his last show with him. He called me up and he was like, he said, "What you doing?" I said, "Man, I ain't doing nothing, Chuck." He said, "Well, I may need your help tonight. I'm not feeling that well. I may need you to help me pull the show off." He was playing for some big, I think it was Black Caucus or something like that, but it was at this big place. What's that joint in Greenbelt? What do you call that joint?
I can't think.
Martin's Crosswind, I think. Yeah. And so I came in there, and I could tell he didn't feel well, because Chuck never really sits down. He's always hyper, and he always smiles when he's on that stage. Man, he does a good job of covering up whatever's going on. That's the mark of a pro, And anyway, I got there and I did the first set with him. He told me he's gonna meet me for the first set. So I did the first set with him, and then we took a break. So I was like, "Chuck, man, you good, man? I'm getting ready to roll out." And he was sitting down on stage. He never even left. He was sitting down. He's like, "Nah, hold up, man. I'm gonna need you for the second set." And that's when I knew it was serious. So shortly after that, he had some other shows and he had to cancel, because he wasn't feeling, well. And he went in the hospital and came back out. He called me and he said he still wasn't feeling all that well, but they told him he can come home, And he had planned to try to do the other shows, but then he went right back in a couple of days later. And he had a show coming up at the Howard, the new Howard. And that show was postponed. And the second time he went in, he never came back out. So that was a blow, man. Just for that moment, it's like it just seemed like the whole DC just stopped for that moment. Everybody just stopped, man. I was crushed, man. It's like I felt like I not only lost my best friend, but my musical mentor. When it comes to this go-go, anyway.
Yeah, but you're carrying that torch, man.
Yeah, I still get a little choked up even talking about it, man, because this dude played such a big part of my life, my growth and development,
Yeah.
But I know he up there jamming with some of the greats, man. Yeah, I know he up there jamming with some of the greats, so I think he's in good hands, man.
Yeah, what a great legacy he's left us all to enjoy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Again, man, we all have Chuck to thank for this, man. I honestly believe that when it comes to this go-go thing, we wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for Chuck planting that seed. So I'm gonna definitely do my part for as long as God allow me to be on this earth to carry this torch, man, and carry it well, in His honor.
Well, you're doing great so far, I think.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to wind this up, Tony, but
Up, Chuck.
I want to ask you, what are you most proud of accomplishing in your career?
Wow, man. I think there's so many things I'm proud of, man, but I guess overall, man, I'm just proud of the fact that I was able to still maintain and be relevant after 40 years plus. I think that's a big accomplishment within itself, man. But I don't know if that's answering your question, but my proudest moment in my musical career is seeing my mother, may she rest in peace, is my mother getting to see me perform at the Capitol Center. That was my proudest moment. My proudest accomplishment in my musical career is performing at the Kennedy Center for Barack Obama and the First Lady, and amongst all of those stars. I think that would be my proudest, accomplishment.
Well, there's some great high points right there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mention that, got a chance to travel all around the world, man, and perform for different nationalities of people, and just have that experience and then get paid doing it. Damn, that's a great feeling. I've traveled places that most people can only dream of traveling, and if I had to pay to go there, I would never go. So, I not only got a chance to go there, I got paid to do it, and didn't have to, that's a great feeling right there.
You go-go'd there, yeah.
Yeah, I go there, man. So those are great memories, man. And it ain't over. It's far from over. I'll be 60 years old this year, and so I got to do something real big for my birthday. I'm gonna keep you posted, man. And I'm hoping maybe you can show up.
Hey, I would love that.
Yeah.
How can everybody keep up with the Trouble Funk happenings?
Oh man, you can go to my Trouble Funk Twitter page, Trouble Funk, the official Trouble Funk Facebook page, my personal page, BigTony W Fisher, BigTony's Trouble Funk page, TroubleFunkMusic.com,
Trouble Music
at
Yahoo.
TroubleFunkMusic@yahoo.com. That's for everybody that's trying to book us. We're available for the festivals. Come on, bring them on in, man. Bring them on in. You need them festivals, man. Y'all need that funk in the festivals, especially the funk festival. Yeah. How you gonna have a funk festival without Trouble Funk? Come on, man. It's unheard of. But our website, TroubleFunk.com. We have the calendar up. The itinerary of all the shows that we're doing coming up, and we're adding shows every day. So there's a lot of ways to reach me. Just reach me. Also, hey, for all you promoters out there, 301-237-2975. That's my personal number. Call me. You need someone to talk to. Yeah, man. We're available, man. Trouble Funk is still alive and kicking. We're still knocking down doors. You know what I'm saying? We in full effect, looking for some more parties direct, man. And again, man, this album is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be bananas. It's gonna have some people on there, some special guests on there that gonna catch the whole world off guard. I would say to all my Trouble Funk fans, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we appreciate you for hanging in there 40 plus years, and hopefully we can get another 40, at least 20. Yeah. Because right now I feel like I got a lot of more. So thank y'all. We appreciate you. And to all y'all up and coming musicians, let's do some original stuff here in DC. That's, holler at Big I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? If you need me, I'm here. So hopefully this interview will reach some of you. And I really mean that when I say it. It's like, whatever I can do, you know what I'm saying? It's all about keeping this thing alive. Yeah.
Hey, Tony, man, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for doing the show, and just wish you so
Man.
much continued success and
Thank you,
healing
man.
healing up.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. It's been real, man. Yeah, it's been real. I definitely enjoyed the interview.
Hey, back at Truth and Rhythm headquarters. Thank you for joining us on another magical ride with Truth and Rhythm. Whether you're watching or listening, as always, thank you so much for your continued interest and support. Be sure to subscribe. Go to YouTube. Go to the Funk and Stuff channel. That's where Truth and Rhythm lives and breathes and thrives. Also, goodies here like TIR Quick Takes. And if you subscribe, you know what? You get the show before anyone else. It's free. If you love jazz, funk, R&B, soul, you can't miss it. Pass it along. Tell a friend. Tell family. This audience is growing, and it is a beautiful thing, all coming together for the love of this great music. Also, if you can throw us a buck or two, we could use the support financially, keeping the lights on, keeping the servers going, all these expenses. If you can help support the program, whatever you can give, much appreciated. Go to the funkandstuff.net website, and on the right-hand side of every page, you just click and you can donate through PayPal, credit card, whatever. Very easy to do and so much appreciated. And if you do a sizable donation, I will mention you on the program. Also, drop me a line. Email me at ScottG@funkandstuff.net. Let me know who else you'd like to see on the show, what you enjoy about the music. Let's just kibitz and talk about stuff, talk music. You'll find that I respond very quickly, and I much enjoy the rapport and the camaraderie and the interaction. Always remember, this is your show, The True Music Lover. So for now, that's all the time we have for this one. It's a wrap. As always, Scott Dr. GX Goldfine saying, keep on vibrating to the rhythm of the one.